race fans to Ohsweken Speedway here for championship night. I'm Clint Callan and Jackson Jeffrey on the mics, and tonight's presented by Cool Kids Ice and Water and Halnor Mechanical. Mobile One beginners all lined up for their first heat race of the night, 8 laps to distance. Jackson Jeffrey with the lineups.
Yeah, just about ready to roll off here. Gorgeous night for racing, nice cool breeze, and the sun's starting to break through the clouds. Let's waste no time going into the first heat of the night for these Mobile One beginner micro sprints. Rolling off first, it's Lucy and Anthony in the 529, and in second, it's Oakley Jameson in the 88X. In third, it's the 94 of Georgia Hookert, and in fourth, it's the 0 Double Junior of Aubrey Penner. In fifth, it's Braden Pettit in the 9, and in sixth, it's the 96 of Jolene Hookert. In seventh, it's Christopher Young in the 7, and in eighth, it's Austin Van Houten in the 20. In ninth, it's the 87 of Jackson McDonald, and rounding up the field, it's the 17 of Travis Whitaker.
All fired up right here beside us. So we got to break these up into 2 heats, I believe. 2 sets of heats. So heat 1A, heat 1B. And then we'll invert the field and do it one more time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night for racing here. Going to see who's going to get crowned the champion as these Mobile One beginner micro sprints start to roll off here. Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand, so not long before we send these guys off for Heat 1A.
A little bit wet here tonight. The infield's a wee bit muddy, but glad to be racing. We did have to move the bottom lane up just a bit. It'd get a little fuzzy going down there. I don't think you'd get out.
Yeah, probably not, but that's just how we like it over here. We definitely think that there's a lot better racing to be had, but either way, top lanes look good and getting ready to roll off. Lucy and Anthony and Oakley Jameson are going to lead them off for the first heat race of the night. Buggy's about to pull away, and Carter's got the green flag in his hand.
Green flag is out for heat race number 1 tonight. 5 wide down the front, straightaway Hookert. And Penner leads him down the back straightaway.
Penner starts to break away from the pack there, and they're 3 wide back there. Georgia Hookert, Oakley Jameson, and Braden Pettit. Pettit starts to edge out, racing down the front straightaway now, and on his outside, Oakley Jameson trying to make a challenge for that second place spot.
Jameson looking to the outside of Braden Pettit as they work their way through 3 and 4. Penner with a good lead over Pettit.
Georgia Hookert in her own world back in 4th there as Aubrey Penner were still to roll on some lap traffic, extending that gap, and we're halfway home and the 00 leads them.
3 laps left to go for Aubrey Penner. Braden Pettit sitting in that second spot. He's in the battle for the championship in these Mobile One beginners. 2 laps left to go.
Things are going to start to get a little bit dicey here with that 9 of Braden Pettit. But down the back straightaway, coming to the Golf Depot white flag, Aubrey Penner's got it. Let's see who's going to take home that second place spot.
A battle for third between Hookert and Oakley Jameson as they make their way down the back straightaway. Aubrey Penner picks up heat race 1A. Braden Pettit comes in that second spot, and it looked like Oakley Jameson had the third spot.
That will put Georgia Hookert in 4th place there, and that will round out heat race number 1A. Heat race 1B getting ready to roll off next, and since we got a massive stack of carts, let's waste no time here, starting with the lineup.
We'd like to thank Mobile One, the proud sponsor of the beginner division. The Mobile family of lubricants includes world-famous brands, which have a legacy of innovation and decades of proven performance in consumer and business use. This dedication to continually improving lubricants and services that empower mobility in vehicles and productivity in industrial machinery is at the core of our offer.
Mobile One, the sponsor of these beginner micro sprints, and lining up in Heat 1B, rolling out first is Emmett Speck in the 4, and in second it's the 09 of Casey Walker. In third it's Kane McAllister in the 71, and in 4th it's Kalen Walker in the 28. In 5th it's the 67 of Easton McNaughton, and in 6th it's the 71C of Chris Struick. In 7th it's Easton Hill in the 10M, and in 8th it's Millie Miller in the 78M. In 9th and rounding out the field is Maverick Chichok in the 27.
Golf Depot white flag has been shown. 1 more lap till we go green flag racing heat 1B on the racetrack for these Mobile One beginners. Emmett Speck, the other driver in the battle for the championship. Him and Braden Pettit have been going at it all year, and Carter Long shows him the green flag.
Emmett Speck and Casey Walker are going to drag race going down the front stretch. Casey Walker's got that bit of an edge, and she'll lead them going down the back stretch now. Kane McAllister with a new wing, and that 71 machine's on the outside of the leader of the points.
McAllister to the outside of Emmett Speck as they work their way through 1 and 2. Speck got snuffed in behind Walker there. McAllister to the outside, looking for the lead.
Emmett Speck has got a great points lead, but right now he's rolling in third place. Kane McAllister's got that lead, and he's starting to work on the gap from first to second. Going down the backstretch now in that brand new matte black and green machine.
Emmett Speck now in the battle for second with Casey Walker as they make their way down the back straightaway. Speck to the outside, side by side, going into 3.
Laps keep winding down here, but all eyes are on that battle for second place between Casey Walker and Emmett Speck going down the backstretch.
Golf Depot white flag is out for Kane McAllister. Speck to the outside. They split for the lap traffic. Walker's still in that second spot.
Kane McAllister's going to take it to the checkered flag, and he'll get the win in Heat Race 1B. Casey Walker will take it in second, and Emmett Speck will finish off in third. That'll do it for this round of heat races for the Mobile 1 Beginner Micro Sprints, and getting ready to roll out next, it's the Doty Creek Agricultural Box Stocks. It's going to be a good one.
Split up into 2 sets of heats. Heat 1A ready to make their way onto the racetrack, starting on the pole for this one. In the 71 machine, that is Landon Strike, and his outside of the 77, that is Declan Salt Johnson. Rolling off for the third spot. In car number 51, that is Grayson Lawson at his outside of the 17Z, that is Zayden Miller. Rolling off for the 5th spot. In the 81 machine, that is Lincoln Obadiah, and to his outside of the 18G, that is Grayson Palace. And rounding out the field in the 02, that is Everett Burbridge.
So we got a bit of muck forming down in between that pylon that separates turn 1 from turn 2 there. In practice, 2 box stocks collided with each other, so that's a bit of a pile-up. So I wouldn't want to run through that, especially when you get to these more faster divisions.
Cecil Burbridge also flipped his cart in hot laps there on corner number 3, so he is on the lineup. And he did finish hot laps, so I believe he'll make it over his heat, but definitely something to make note of.
Yeah, that's going to make things interesting, especially coming into championship night tonight. One more time around for the 71 and the 77. We'll set them off.
18G, no transponder.
Not sending him green yet. I believe we are missing somebody.
Also got the notification that the 18G of Grayson Palace doesn't have a transponder, but I feel like that's not the reason for the yellow flag.
The 02 can slide out.
What's that?
The 02 is going to be outside row. Like he doesn't have to be.
0, you can move up outside.
White flag around, and now it looks like we're getting ready to roll here.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out, and already everybody gets squirrely. They're 4 wide going down the front stretch.
That 51 machine comes out with the lead down the back straightaway as they make their way through corners 3 and 4. Lincoln Obadiah sitting in the second spot. We've got a battle now. Burbridge charging for that second spot.
Both leaders fell right to the back going into turn 3 and 4, and Grayson Lozen's got a massive lead there on the 81 of Lincoln Obadiah. He's facing some heat now from Everett Burbridge, who's making a nasty challenge for him on the outside.
Burbridge looking to the outside of Lincoln. Obadiah cuts down to the inside. Obadiah not giving him the room.
They're neck and neck with each other there. Don't know who will get the edge coming down the backstretch now. Lincoln Obadiah's finally got a bit of breathing room, but it's not going to last him as Burbridge is right back on his tail. Lawson still holding on to that lead, and he's got an iron fist for doing that first place spot.
Everett Burbridge all over the tail end of the 81 machine as they make their way down the front straightaway. Burbridge looking to that outside line down the back straightaway, side by side, going into 3, 2 laps left to go.
Everett Burbridge swerves wide there, trying to make something happen in his O2 machine. Now dives back down on the inside. Doesn't quite have it yet. Lincoln Obadiah still holding on to that second place spot as Grayson Lawson takes it to the white flag one more time around for the 51.
Burbridge all over the tail end of the 81 as they make their way down the back straightaway. Burbridge looking to the outside for one last move. Lozen picks up the win. Obadiah in second, and Everett Burbridge takes the third spot.
One more lap, and that battle for second place could have ended pretty wildly there, but Lincoln Obadiah will hold on to the number 2 in his black 81 machine. And that'll round it out for Heat 1A, and Heat 1B is just about ready to roll.
8 laps the distance, starting on the pole for this one in the 15G, and that is Grayson Malloyheen at his outside of the 24S. That's Sadie Perbelli. Rolling off for the third spot in the 97, that is Andy Gray to his outside. In the 14 machine, that is Diesel Montour. Rolling off for the 5th spot in the 72, that's Silas Podowinski. And to his outside of the 28 machine, that is Hunter Hill. And rounding out the field in the O2C, that is Cecil Burbridge.
Of course, the sponsor of these box stocks here, Doty Creek Agricultural Services, the precision planting and Yetter Farm equipment dealer, which also has services including drone crop scouting, aerial photography, and custom planting in the Thamesford area. Getting ready to roll down the backstretch for the final time here. These box stocks are going to send them off. Sadie Perbelli on the outside, Malloyheen on the inside. Here we go for Heat Race 1B, and Malloyheen's already jumping out to a big start.
Malloyheen leads him down the back straightaway. Perbelli looking to the outside, going into 3 and 4. Perbelli goes way high there, and Malloyheen leads lap number 1.
Cecil Burbridge back there getting boxed in by Diesel Montour and Andy Gay, trying to make something happen. Doesn't quite have it yet. Top 3 starts to single file out, and now Sadie Perbelli will be facing some heat from the 72 of Silas Podowinski, who dives right on the outside, and he'll steal it right from the 24S.
Podowinski now making a charge for the lead, goes way high through 3 and 4. Malloyheen still holding on to the lead, going through 1 and 2.
That red and black 72 is rolling like a freight train on that outside line. Cross flags as Malloyheen still holding on to that first place spot, but it's not long. Podowinski dives down, he's on that outside line, and immense pressure on the 15. Doesn't quite have it yet, and now they're side by side going into turn 3 and 4.
Podowinski working that outside line on Grayson Malloyheen as they work their way through 1 and 2. Podowinski leads him down the back straightaway.
Podowinski there starting to try and pull away, but Malloyheen's down but not out. He's trying to make a challenge to steal that first place spot back. Doesn't quite have it as the 72 starts to roll away from him.
Golf Depot white flag is out for Silas Podowinski, who does not have a wheel anymore. You're kind of going to need one of those. It came rolling up right in front of us. That is a tough end to Podowinski's run.
Had that race in the bag on the final lap. Almost reminds me of a couple weeks ago on the Big O when Austin Riley was rolling in the lead, and he had some mechanical issues just trying to save it there, but lost it and couldn't finish the race. So that'll end his heat race there. And what a wild way to do it.
97, you're ahead of 40.
Malloyheen now, your leader. He'll have to hold off Sadie Perbelli and Cecil Burbridge, who's making a pretty good charge after flipping his cart. As you can see, Silas Podowinski's getting his cart nursed back to the pit area.
Tough break for his run. He had that lead and he had that heat race in the bag, but you'll have to try again in heat race 2B.
Yeah, it didn't look like too much to the cart. Just looked like the wheel flew off there, so hopefully they should be able to get it reattached because he's having a great run tonight from what we've seen earlier.
That pushes up Malloyheen into the lead. Perbelli sitting in the second spot. And all the way from the back, Cecil Burbridge in the top 3. One more laps will be go green.
That yellow O2C is pretty fast on a regular Thursday night, so let's see if he can recreate some success that he usually has and maybe pull away with the win here. But he's got some tough drivers if he wants to beat. Green flags back out, and Grayson Malloyheen's going to lead him going into the turn number 1 and 2.
Burbridge all over the back end. The Sadie Perbellis, they work their way through 3 and 4. Malloyheen picks up the Golf Depot white flag. Burbridge now sitting in the second spot.
He had no trouble taking that spot from the 24S, and now he's trying to make a challenge for the lead on the 15 of Grayson Moe. Let's see if he has it. Not yet, and the 15 will hold on and take the win in heat race 1B.
Burbridge in that second spot, and Probelli rounds out the top three. And the Doty Creek Agri-Services box stocks will conclude their first round of heats. Junior flats are up next.
That's going to make things pretty interesting, and they're going to start to roll off. Rolling off first, it's Macy Defoy in the 28M, and in second, it's Jack Ruchang in the 17R. In third, it's the 7G of Ryan Grisat, and in fourth, it's Liam Schwedek in the 28. In fifth, it's the point leader, Tovin DeLima in the 9D, and in sixth, it's Ryan Fontaine in the 50JR. Rounding out the field is Jameson Kane in the 88X.
Gulf Depot white flag is shown. One more lap till we go green. 8 laps to distance for these GSR Junior Flats. Tovin DeLima with the championship in the bag, so that's one to make note of. He's been dominant in this division all season long. The green flag is out.
Let's see if he can end his season off with more than just a championship, maybe a win tonight, as he immediately shoots, but with her 3 wide on the front stretch. Jack Ruchai on the inside line, and oh boy, this one's getting wild.
We got one around on the back straightaway. He gets it turned back the right way. We're not going under caution.
Macy Defoy in that 28M has got a bad, fast run going down the front stretch now. Ryan Fontaine in that 50JR, he's shown some speed too, but he's got a long way to go if he wants to get up to the front.
DeLima pulls it off of the racetrack. That's not a good sight to see. Wow, they got a little jumpy there through 3 and 4. All still facing the right direction. Cross flags are out. Defoy goes around there on corner number 4, and the yellow flag's out.
Leader goes for a bit of a spin, so that'll shake things up in this heat race. That'll move Ryan Fontaine in that 50J up. And things are going to get interesting here.
Still 3 laps left to go for these GSR Junior Flats.
Here's the replay. Just a solo spin there. Nothing too crazy about it. Ooh. Fontaine trimmed the nose hairs off that 28M. Yellow flag still out. Not sure if it's a lineup issue or just trying to get these carts in order here.
Ryan Fontaine, now your new leader. As Macy Defoy gets sent to the back.
And it doesn't look like Tovin DeLima will rejoin this heat race. I think he's done for now, but there's still a chance he'd come back out. Second yellow flag still out here on the Little O. Still trying to figure out some stuff here.
Yeah, it just seems like a lineup issues. There we go. We're clear to set them loose. White flag is out. One more lap till we go green.
Single file restart down the backstretch. Let's see if Grisat can make some moves for that first place spot on the 50J of Fontaine. Green flag's back out, and the 50 will lead him down the front stretch.
Fontaine leads him down the back straightaway. Big battle there for the third spot. 2 laps left to go for Fontaine. We got one around on the back straightaway.
Oakley Jameson and Grisat got a little bit squirrely there as the blue 28 machine gets its turn back around, and now Macy Defoy is making a charge for the lead with a bit of a bump and run there on Ryan Fontaine. Side by side, 3 wide going down the front stretch.
Macy Defoy, your new leader down the back straightaway. She'll lead them through corners 3 and 4. Spins right before the line. I believe Grisat had that one.
Yeah, Grisat got that one. Defoy, same mistake, same corner. Had it in the bag and just went for a bit of a spin, lost it. That sucks, but still a lot of hope for that second heat race rolling out next, and that one was interesting. Speaking of interesting, let's talk about the point gap for the Opens here.
So, we've got Brendan Hager's leading with 803 points. Ryan Wilson just 7 points shy of Brendan Hager. And in third, Kiana Teal does have a chance. She's 19 points behind Brendan Hager. So she does have the chance to win the championship if Brendan Hager and Ryan Wilson's night does not go to plan. And she was fast in hot laps, so definitely keep an eye on her.
Was fast and won last week. That makes her this week's Larry Gartley Memorial Performer of the Week. So we'll have an interview with her, and it'll be good to ask her what she's thinking about her hope with the championship tonight. But looking at who she's got to go up against, of course, Brendan Hager, and that 96, he's a very consistent driver, hard runner. And he took a bit of a tumble last week at the Big on Friday nights racing a crate sprint, but back out here again, ready to make a challenge there.
They'll start to take formation, starting on the pole for this one. Out of Six Nations in the 0J, that is Johnny Miller, and his outside out of Hagersville. And car number 24K, that's Kiana Teal. Rolling off for the third spot out of Brantford, car number 88, that is Riley Mercer, and to his outside out of Harrisburg. And car number 71, it's Ryan Wilson. Rolling off for the fifth spot out of Burlington in the 11 machine, that is Jacob Ross. And to his outside out of Dorchester in the 00, that is Jack Smulders. And rounding out the field out of Welland in the 96 machine, that is Brendan Hager, the points leader, coming into tonight. So he's got a bit of a heat race in front of him.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll there.
He can't go back. He can't go backwards, so that's good news.
That's true. I'm excited for this heat race. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do starting from the back. And I honestly want to see, what's your strategy here if you're a driver like Ryan Wilson, who's like right there in the points? Do you try and just send it for the win, or you, I don't know. Well, I guess you would, right?
That's about the only option he has. Trying to get that win, but also hoping Brendan Hager stays out of the top three. I believe that's... Shelby did write the point. They're right there. We'll check them after. Green flag is out.
Johnny Miller and Kiana Teal drag race down the front stretch, and Miller's got the bit of an edge, but now Kiana Teal's facing some heat from the 88 of Riley Mercer, and they make contact there. Yellow flag is out, and Kiana Teal keeps it under control there. Mercer went for the dive bomb there and just...
Didn't go to plan.
Yeah. A little rough. Well, yellow flag's out, and Johnny Miller there, he jumped out to a great start there.
There was contact, yeah.
So that's going to make this interesting. And Brendan Hager already jumped up a couple spots there in that 96. Here's the replay. Kiana Teal just... cooked it a bit too much there on the turn with a bit of a spin and made some contact with Mercer there. Wouldn't really put anyone at fault.
I believe this starts as a complete restart. Golf Depot white flag is out. One more lap till we go green. Johnny Miller and Kiana Teal still on the front row, 10 laps the distance.
Gonna restart it up. Carter's got the green flag in his hand. Let's see what happens this time around.
Green flag is out for Johnny Miller as they make their way down the back straightaway. Kiana Teal down to the inside. Side by side, Teal leads lap number one.
Brendan Hager's coming up the inside. He wants to join in the fun, trying to make something work. And now Ryan Wilson's flying high on that outside line there.
Ryan Wilson all the way up top. Looking to the outside of Kiana Teal. Teal leads him into corners 3 and 4. Wilson sends it high, and Teal's still your leader.
He is rolling like a freight train on that outside line, trying to make something work against the 24K of Kiana Teal. Dives around and out. Brendan Hager shoots up the inside, and he was side by side with Kiana Teal for that first place spot.
Teal holding on to that lead, but barely. She's getting pressure from Wilson and Hager. 5 laps left to go.
Got a lot of action going on behind her. Brendan Hager and Ryan Wilson are drag racing down the backstretch now, and now Hager shoots up in the middle. They're just about 3 wide there.
Brennan Hager looking to the outside of Kiana Teal. Same as Ryan Wilson, Jack Smolders rather getting in the mix.
Top 4 are all bunched up together. Anybody could be the leader at this point. Halfway home here, Kiana Teal's got to push it hard.
Jack Smolders looking to the outside. Same as Hager, the Golf Depot white flag is out. Smolders goes way high. Carter Longan to jump out of the way there.
Kiana Teal down the backstretch for the final time. Let's see if Hager can make a move, and they drag race down. Who got the win? Kiana Teal by a hair in that Dixieland Grill 24K. Word just came in. Kiana Teal was at fault. Hit a cone earlier in the race. I was wondering who that was, so that will take her down a spot. So Brendan Hager gets the win.
She was holding them off. That was a good heat race.
Shenanigans. Yeah, that's interesting to see. And while we got a chance before this next heat race rolls off, we'd like to thank LMP Excavation. Excavation, landscaping, seawalls, septic installs, driveways, retaining walls, drainage, and laser grading. So thank you very much to LMP Excavation, sponsoring Thursday night microsprint action.
Huffman Home Improvement Senior Flats making the way for heat race number 1, starting on the pole for this one. In the 12 machine, that is Nicholas Boyd, and to his outside of the 73, that is Mike Miller. Rolling off for the 3rd spot in the 42, that's Jack McPhail, and to his outside of the 28 machine, that is Cameron Book. Rolling off for the 5th spot in the 18 machine, that is Adam Sticilla, and to his outside of the 44B, that is Bella General. Rolling off from the 7th spot in the 751, that is Nick Capolo, and to his outside of the 90, that is Chris DeLima. Rolling off for the 9th spot in the 33 machine, that is Ron McGarry, and to his outside of the 66, that is Bailey Salt. Rolling off for the 11th spot in the 44 machine, that is Robbie General. And to his outside, around again the field in the 77, that is Randy Hollingshead. "12 carts here tonight, 8 laps to distance for this heat race. I think they're looking for something on the racetrack.
Could be part of the cone. Oh no, well, starting to roll off now.
Spoke too soon.
This one's going to be a good heat race here. Sun's still starting to set, and we got a gorgeous track. Car starting to take formation as Carter Long's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand. Just about ready to send this massive pack of carts off for their first heat race.
Down the back straightaway, Carter Long of the green flag in hand. Nicholas Boyd, Mike Miller on the front row. Green flag is out.
Nicholas Boyd edges out ahead and will lead them into turn 1 and 2. Top 4 all single file out, and then they're 4 wide back there.
4 wide through corners 3 and 4. Nicholas Boyd leads him into 1 and 2. Cameron Book looking to the inside. 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Kupalo got a bit squirrely 1 lap ago, but that seemed to be working out in his favor. He's rolling in that 2nd place spot, but he's got a long way to go to catch up to the 28 at Cameron Book.
Book jumped out to the lead now, leads Nick Kupalo in the 751, who's sitting in that 2nd spot. Bella General in 3rd, and Randy Hollingshead making his way from the back.
The point leader's got a long way to go if he wants to catch up to the front here. Back out in front, though, it's all the battle between the blue 28 and the red 751 here, rolling down through turn 3 and 4.
Top 4 all spread out. Randy Hollingshead making a charge for the 5th spot. 2 laps left to go for Cameron Book.
He's trying to make something work on that inside line of Robbie General. And Cameron Book will take him to the Golf Depot white flag. One more time around. Can he hold up Nick Kupalo?
Cameron Book through 3 and 4 for one final time. He'll pick up heat race number 1 over Nick Kupalo. And Bella General in the 3rd spot. Making his way from the tail, Randy Hollingshead finishes in 4th over the 42 at Jack McPhail.
Gotta be good for the point leader there. Solid finish in that heat race. And now we're just about ready to roll off with heat race 2A and 2B for these Mobil 1 beginner microsprints.
And we'd like to thank Huffman Restorations, interior and exterior renovation specialist. Thank you to Huffman Restorations, your proud sponsor of the Senior Flats.
That's going to be a good feature tonight. But as they roll off, let's give you the lineup for Heat 2A for these Mobil 1 beginner microsprints. Rolling off first, it's Christopher Young in the 7, and in second, it's Jolene Hookert in the 96. In third, it's Braden Pettit in the 9, and in fourth, it's Aubrey Penner in the 00 Junior. In fifth, it's Georgia Hookert in the 94, and in sixth, it's the 88X of Oakley Jameson. In seventh, it's the 529 of Lucian Anthony, and in eighth, it's the 87 of Jackson McDonald. In ninth, it's Austin Van Houten in the 20, and rounding at the field, it's Travis Whitaker in the 17. One more time around, and these beginners will roll off. Let's see what happens this time around.
6 laps to distance Heat 2A. This will be an exciting one to watch. Braden Pettit, who's in the battle for the championship, sitting in the 3rd spot as they make their way to the green flag. We are underway.
4 wide there, national style. Aubrey Penner jumps out to another lead. And now you see that 96 machine, the 9, everybody starts to fall in line and go single file down the backstretch.
Aubrey Penner in the 00 Junior. Out to a good lead there over Hooker. Braden Pettit still sitting in the 3rd spot. And a big jumble there for 5th.
Braden Pettit and Jolene Hookert in the 96. They're going side by side down the front stretch. Pettit edging out ahead, and he'll be in that 2nd place spot going down the backstretch.
That 88 machine looking to the inside of Braden Pettit as they make their way through corners 1 and 2. Hooker now side by side down the max straightaway for the 3rd spot.
Georgia and Jameson there. We're going side by side, getting a little bit squirrely, trying to navigate through that lap traffic. And now they're going to set their sights on Braden Pettit in the 9. Out front, Aubrey Penner will lead them to the Golf Depot white flag. She's got a country mile of a lead to 2nd.
Aubrey Penner will pick up heat race 2A for these Mobil 1 beginners. And we've got a battle for 2nd. Braden Pettit picks up the 2nd spot over Oakley Jameson and Hookert. Wow, that was a good finish there for the 2nd spot. They were all going at it. Had a lap car in the way there too, but
00 lost 1 position for Jonathan Starman.
we're just handing out penalties tonight.
Another penalty for the 00 Junior of Aubrey Penner, so that is definitely going to shake things up. Taking away the sweep there. And while we got a chance, we'd like to thank Slack Lumber, the sponsor of your victory lane here tonight and every week here for these micro sprints. Slack Lumber prides themselves with offering the very best quality at affordable prices. From tools to lumber, they have your next project covered. Rolling off now for heat race 2B, Maverick Cheechok's rolling off first. Millie Miller in 2nd. In 3rd, it's Easton Hill in the 10M. In 4th, it's Curtis Struick in the 71C. And in 5th, it's Easton McNaughton in the 67. In 6th, it's Kaylin Walker in the 28. And in 7th, it's Kane McAllister in the 71. Rolling off 8th, it's the 09 of Casey Walker. And rounding out the field, it's Emmett Speck in the 4.
Heat 2B, final heat race for these Mobil 1 beginners. Emmett Speck starting in the back of this one. He's always fun to watch as he cuts his way through the field. Carter Long gives him the green flag. We're underway.
Yeah, that's the point leader there, so let's see what he can do and watch him try and carve up the field there. The top 5 start to single file out, but watch Emmett Speck as he's flying on that outside line.
Walker and that 10M battling there for the 2nd spot. Walker now leads him down the back straightaway. Maverick Cheechok jumped out to a big lead.
Him and Kane McAllister are rolling pretty fast there. Kane McAllister on that outside line in that black 71 machine. Maverick Cheechok's got a great lead in. They're already halfway home. He's got that 27 locked down.
Emmett Speck now making a charge for that 2nd spot. Looks to the outside. Side by side. 2 laps left to go for Maverick Cheechok.
Kane McAllister's got that 71 machine wired up, trying to make something happen on that 09 of Casey Walker. Oh, Maverick Cheechak goes for a bit of a spin, and Kane McAllister and Casey Walker goes and dives it into the infield. Yellow flag is out, and that's going to shake up this heat race. Whoa. A lot of spins in turn 3 and 4 there.
Yeah. Junior Flats had a couple there, and beginners now.
Yep, and look at Casey Walker flick off all the mud rolling down the front stretch. Here's the replay, though. Cheechak just lost it going down. And then, of course, to avoid the collision, Casey Walker and Kane McAllister, but when Casey Walker got pulled out of the mud, and you can see it on the front stretch, she kicked up so much dirt.
How do you want your last 3?
And for the people in person here tonight, we've got the concession stand open behind us, so if you're getting hungry, go grab you some food. Pepsi products too to wash it all down.
I'm glad there's nationals, because I can't go. I need to eat the popcorn chicken again.
That's the only reason you're glad for the National?
Well, for the...
Yeah.
I refuse to comment.
I plead the fifth.
So what? It was worth it. Oh boy. One more time around before Emmett Speck will lead him off. Now I'm hungry. Again.
Intermission's right after this round of heat, so you might have time.
Well, yellow flag is out for the 67 of Easton McNaughton. So they're going to try and figure out what's up with that. He just stopped on the front stretch.
That would be the max stretch.
The back stretch.
It's a fuzzy night for both of us, don't worry.
I was going to say, you got my mind messed up. Started talking about the popcorn chicken.
That's all you're focused on now. I gotta try that popcorn chicken bowl. That thing, that looks good. That sounds good. I don't know what it looks like, but...
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet either there. You're lucky, though, because you can eat during intermission. I got to do an interview.
The interview isn't 10 minutes long. You
Well.
could eat during that, too.
Maybe.
You could eat mid-interview, too. Just start packing them in.
Not a bad idea.
I know it is.
Easton McNaughton there. Tried to pull away. Didn't quite have it. Don't know exactly what the issue is, but that car will get pushed off. Yeah, and there it is.
A little bit cockeyed there.
Loose wheels, and it's got some camber on it. Stanced. Definitely
This
not.
ain't a late model.
First thing that popped in my head. So yeah, that's definitely not good to see. And that 67 will get pushed off. Back out on the track though, your leader, Emmett Speck, both in points and in this race. Green flag's back out, and he'll lead him down the front stretch. He's got a big gap, but they're 4 wide from third place on.
The Walker sisters going at it there for the third spot. Golf Depot white flags out for Emmett Speck. Easton Hill sitting in that second spot, and the Walkers are going at it for third.
Kalen was on that inside line, and Casey was on the outside. Casey starting to pull away, but Emmett Speck will get the win in Heat Race 1B.
That'll conclude the Mobile One Beginners Heat Racing for the night. Emmett Speck picked up the win over Easton Hill. That was a good heat race.
Yeah, that
was
was
fun to watch.
Really good race.
And we'd like to thank Aero Pest Control. Aero Pest Control recognizes that every business is unique and each business has its own concerns. Our pest control technicians are qualified to handle all of your pest prevention and control needs. We offer prompt and effective services at great industry prices. The Doty Creek Agri Services box stocks out on the racetrack, starting on the pole for this one in the O2. That is Everett Burbridge, and to his outside of the 18G, that is Grayson Palace. Rolling off for the third spot in the 81 machine, that is Lincoln Obadiah. To his outside of the 17C, that is Zayden Miller. Rolling off for the fifth spot in the 51 machine, that is Grayson Lozen, and to his outside of the 77, that is Declan Salt Johnson. And rounding out the field in the 71 machine, that is Landon Strike.
Everett Burbridge will lead him to the green flag. Grayson Palace on the outside here, and they jump out to a lead, and another pylon gets taken out.
Everett Burbridge will lead lap number 1 over Strike, sitting in that second spot. Lozen now making a move for the 4th spot. Oh,
Lozen and Obadiah get tangled up there, and I believe that will draw a yellow flag. Pretty interesting tangle up here in heat race 2A. Quick separation there, and Lozen will pull off. Lincoln Obadiah will follow suit.
Superman Trevor DeBoer in there. He's got the shirt underneath the hoodie.
Yep.
So, that's good news.
You saw it earlier. Here's the replay. Got a bit tangled up. Looks like Lozen cooked it a bit too much, rolling on the inside and just kind of clipped on to Lincoln Obadiah and took them for a ride. White flags out one more time around, and Everett Burbridge will lead him off. And Declan Saul Johnson in that gorgeous 77 machine right behind him.
Everett Burbridge will lead him to the green flag. We are back underway.
Everett Burbridge starting to pull away there. Declan Saul Johnson on the outside of Grayson Palace. We got a battle for second place going on here. Grayson Palace starting to hold on to that spot, but Declan Saul Johnson's giving it a lot of heat there in his 77 machine.
Saul Johnson to the outside of Grayson Palace. Palace now sneaking away with the second spot. And Everett Burbridge, he's got a good gap over them.
Palace playing some tough defense in that second place spot. Is now Saul Johnson looks down to the inside trying to make something work. Doesn't quite have it yet, and halfway home for Everett Burbridge in that 02 machine.
Declan Salt Johnson now all over the back end of the 18G at Grayson Palace. Good battle here for the second spot. And now sitting in 4th, the 51 of Lozen now making a charge.
Lozen there wants to join in the fun, and he's rolling like a freight train there in his 51 machine. He'll make a challenge for the 3rd place spot, and he's got it over Declan Saul Johnson, who will slip back another spot to Lincoln Obadiah.
Golf Depot white flag is out for Everett Burbridge. Lozen now sitting in the 2nd spot. Lincoln Obadiah in 3rd.
Going down the backstretch for the final time. Everett Burbridge will get it done in heat race 2A. Grayson Lawson will pull it home in 2nd, and Lincoln Obadiah in 3rd. Whoa, pretty crazy.
I heard something about a penalty over there.
Yeah, I saw another pylon got taken out.
We're just handing them out tonight. Come up to the window if you want another one. No.
While we got time, we'd like to thank one of the presenting sponsors for Microsprint Racing on GeForce TV, Cool Kids Ice and Water, the leading manufacturer of quality ice and water products, and temperature-controlled storage and distribution.
Heat race 2B now out onto the racetrack, starting on the pole for this one. In the O2C, that is Cecil Burbridge, and his outside of the 28 machine, that is Hunter Hill. Rolling off for the 3rd spot in the 72, that's Silas Podwinski, and to his outside of the 14 machine, that is Diesel Montour. Rolling off for the 5th spot in the 97, that is Andy Gray. And Sadie Perbelli takes up the 6th spot, rounding out the field, Grayson Maloheen.
Green flags out. Cecil Burbridge will lead him going into turn 1 and 2, but Hunter Hill's rolling like a freight train on that outside line, and he's side by side with Diesel Montour going down the backstretch.
Hunter Hill to the outside of Diesel Montour, side by side going into 1. Hill cuts down to the bottom, down the back straightaway. Hill looking for the 2nd spot.
Hunter Hill has been bad fast all season. I'm sure he'd like to end it off on a high note before the Nationals. Rolling in that 2nd place spot, and now Silas Podwinski and Diesel Montour going at it high on that outside line. They're getting close to Hunter Hill. Let's see if we have a 3-way battle for the 2nd place spot.
Podwinski to the outside of Diesel Montour. Podwinski now sitting in the 3rd spot, making a charge for 2nd. 4 laps left to go for Burbridge.
Now Cecil's starting to face some heat from the 28 of Hunter Hill. He's trying to get close to him. Doesn't quite have enough to make a charge for that lead yet, but anything can happen as the laps keep winding down. Now Silas Podwinski wants to join in on the fun, and they're getting closer and closer to the leader every lap.
Hunter Hill working his way a lane up from wherever Cecil Burbridge rather is running with 2 laps left to go. As you see, Hunter Hill looks to the outside. Podwinski goes even higher. We've got a battle now for the lead. The Gulf Depot white flag is out.
Cecil Burbridge tried to lay a bit of a block there on Hunter Hill, and it'll work. Going down the backstretch for the final time here. Who's going to have it? Cecil Burbridge will hold on to the lead there.
Hill picks up the second spot over Silas Podwinski. I knew they weren't going to let Ever Burbridge have that one easy.
Yeah, whew. That was pretty wild.
GSR Junior Flats are up next for their second heat race of the night. We got another pylon knocked over.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Right there in the absolute bog. That is the bottom lane right now. Rolling off for these GSR Junior Flats in heat race number 2, 8 laps. The distance rolling off. First, it's Jameson Kane in the 88X, and in second, it's Ryan Fontaine in the 50JR. In third, it's Tovin de Lima in the 90, and in fourth, it's Liam Schwedick in the 28. In fifth, it's Ryan Grzat in the 7G, and in sixth, it's Jack Bruchai in the 17R. And rounding out the field, it's Macy Defoy in the 28M. Tovin de Lima's back out, but he stopped on the front stretch. Might have an issue.
Did not get to finish heat race number 1. See Carter Long down there trying to get it fired back up. Superman Trevor DeBoer there as well.
Could be the same reason he pulled off last heat race. But
Trevor DeBoer is going to push him off the racetrack. Yeah, you see him pull off there on in the first heat. The first thing he did was look at the motor, so something was obviously wrong with it.
yeah, not right. That's tough to see, especially on the championship night. But he's got that lead locked down. Gorgeous sunset here. And Tovin de Lima will get out, and that will end his heat race number 2.
Carter Long shows him the green flag. We're back underway.
Ruchayan, that 88 machine just had some wild contact there. Things are getting squirrely right behind the leader.
Ryan Fontaine now out with the lead over Macy Defoy, who's sitting in that second spot. And we got one around on the back straightaway.
That is Jameson Kane in the 88, who was getting pretty wild there. Macy Defoy, still your leader here. Didn't get too far into this one before I had to call a yellow. Take a look at the replay here. Just looked like an innocent solo spin.
I think I saw a banana peel there in that corner. No. It's Mario Kart.
Had a lot of moisture this morning, so.
Yeah. I am shocked to be racing. It was pouring when I got up this morning.
Yeah, me too. I looked out my window. I was like, whoa. And then I saw on Glenn Steyer's TikTok page, so I was really surprised there. That looked bad, but still, track crew put in a lot of work. Sun came out to play, and we're back racing here on championship night.
And of course, championship night tomorrow night on the big track where we get to crown our champions. Definitely the best battle, I'd say, for sure, has got to be the crate sprints. Jacob Dykstra didn't have quite the night he wanted. He could have locked it in last week, but wasn't able to get what he wanted done. Now, Jesse Costa has the opportunity to go for that championship, so it'll definitely be one to watch here on GeForce TV.
Tomorrow at 7:30. You're going to want to tune in, but back here on the Little O and our championship night, green flag's back out, and Ryan Fontaine will lead him to the green flag, and we're back for this heat race.
Fontaine leads him to 1 and 2. Macy Devoy still sitting in that second spot. All over the back end of the 50 JR. Fontaine cuts her off going into 1 and 2.
Macy trying to make something work on that inside line of the 50 Fontaine machine. And Fontaine's just not letting it happen, but back there for third place, Jameson Kane and Jack Ruchai were duking it out. They were side by side for that third place spot. And it looks like it's going to come back into play here. Ruchai on that inside line, and they're side by side going on the front stretch.
DeFoy looking to the outside of Fontaine. All over the back end of the 50 JR. And Jameson Kane goes for another spin. That'll bring out the caution flag.
Jameson Kane went for a spin again there, this time on the front stretch.
28, yeah. Give me a thumbs up if you can see, if you can hear me.
Pacing around here, making sure that Macy DeFoy in the 28 has clear communication. She gave the thumbs up. Can hear him. So all good there. And getting staged and ready to roll off right behind us, or I guess beside us it would be, the open microsprints in the closest battle for any microsprint racing here on GeForce TV.
Any three could win it. This is going to be definitely exciting to watch. You're going to want to stick around. Brendan Hager, the point leader over Ryan Wilson and Kiana Teal. Shelby did write the points gap over there, but I don't want to do the math.
I'm not going to college. I'm going to college for broadcasting, so I don't know anything about math.
We can count on our fingers, right? We've got 20 fingers.
Yeah, well, we got a calculator on our phones.
I don't know how to use that either. Carter the line of the green flag. We're back underway.
Fontaine's going to jump out to a good start there, and he'll roll on down in a turn. 1 and 2, down the backstretch now. Macy DeFoy trying to make something happen. She's right on him, gives him a little bit of a bump and shove, and they're side by side going down the front stretch. 2 laps left to go for the 28, and this is an intense battle with the 50.
DeFoy, your new leader. The Golf Depot white flag's out, and she goes around there. Just had the lead, and that puts Fontaine back up there.
Third spin in that corner for the gorgeous-looking 28M machine. Gotta be rough there. Yellow flag back out with 2 laps left to go. This is where the finish is going to get interesting.
70, you're ahead of 17R. 70.
Take a look at the replay here. Just innocent spin rolling into turn 3 and 4.
Fontaine almost clipped her there, and good job saving that one, keeping it from being more serious than it needed to be.
Yeah, it was like earlier when the same thing happened. Fontaine is basically trimming the nose hairs off as he flies by. Coming to the green flag now. Fontaine's still in the lead now. Ryan Grisat in the 7G right behind him. Jack Ruchai in third. Green flag is back out.
Ruchai looking to the inside of Grisat, side by side on the back straightaway. Grisat still in that second spot. Golf Depot white flag is out for Ryan Fontaine.
He's got a big gap there to the 7G of Grisat. Can he hold him off for the final time there? DeFoy trying to make something happen on that outside line. Makes contact with Grisat, but Ryan Fontaine gets heat race number 2 done in these GSR Junior Flats.
Looked like Macy DeFoy had the second place spot. They were 3 wide there across the finish line. So that was definitely an exciting end of that GSR Junior Flats heat race number 2. And up next, the William Bros Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints. 10 laps the distance for their heat race number 2.
And while we got time, we'd like to thank McHugh Supply. With over 160 years of experience, McHugh Supply is Southwestern and Central Ontario's most trusted HVAC wholesale distributor of home comfort products. McHugh Supply continually adapts to the ever-changing technological and regulatory landscape of the HVAC industry with one objective in mind: how to better serve you. Thank you very much to McHugh Supply.
As these William Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints get all fired up and ready to take formation. Starting on the pole for this one, at Welland in the 96 machine, that's Brendan Hager, and his outside at Dorchester in the 00, that's Jack Smulders. Rolling off in the third spot, at Burlington in the 11 machine, that is Jacob Ross, and his outside at Harrisburg in the 71 machine, that is Ryan Wilson. Rolling off for the fifth spot, at Brantford in the 88 machine, that is Ryan Lee Mercer, and his outside at Hagersville in the 24K, that's Kiana Teal. And rounding out the field, and a Six Nations in the 0J, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller.
Flying Ryan Wilson just got that car started up and will join the field. About to get interesting here Hager and Smolders.
All doubled up, ready to go green flag racing. Carter Long will give him the white flag this time by. Hager, the pole sitter and the point leader coming into tonight. With Ryan Wilson sitting in the 4th spot, 2nd in points, and Kiana Teal 3rd in points. Hager's been really good here tonight, really fast in that 96 machine. Carter Long of the green flag in hand, 10 laps to distance. Green flag is out.
Immediately, Kiana Teal dives up there. She was almost 3 wide with Riley Mercer and flying Ryan Wilson on that outside line. Hager's got a good launch, and he's immediately starting to work on the gap from his position to the 11 in 2nd place. And now Jack Smolders has got a good run on that outside line, too.
Smolders to the outside of Ross. Ross still holding on to the 2nd spot. Kiana Teal rolling the bottom there.
Ross in that 11 machine holding on. And now Jack Smolders is running super wide on that outside line, falling back a little bit, but he's got great speed on the outside.
Brennan Hager running away with this one. Jacob Ross still sitting in the 2nd spot. Side by side for 3rd, Kiana Teal and Smolders.
Ross is definitely throwing down a bit of a block on Kiana Teal. She's trying to make something work, running on that inside line. And Smolders is way out there on the outside line. Kiana Teal's finally got the edge, and she'll take that 2nd place spot leading into turn down the backstretch now. I know things are getting a bit squirrely between the 24 and the 11.
Ross trying to fight back for that 2nd spot. Smolders now picking him off. They'll go down the max straightaway. Ross still putting up a fight for 3rd. 2 laps left to go for Hager.
Hager's got a full straightaway lead on the rest of the field, and Kiana Teal is playing some tough defense there, trying to hold on to that 2nd place spot. She's facing heat from 2 cars there, and they're getting squirrely.
Brandon Hager by a country mile picks up heat race number 2. Kiana Teal finishes in 2nd. I believe Jacob Ross had 3rd.
Ross and Smolders almost smashed right into each other as soon as they crossed the checkered flag. That was a crazy finish.
Hager ran away with that one as soon as the green flag dropped. And while we got time, we'd like to thank Golf Depot. Golf Depot in 6 Nations carries a variety of brand name apparel, balls, clubs, shoes, and more. The proud sponsor of the white flag. Heat race number 2 for these Huffman Home Improvement Senior Flats. 12 cars the distance, or 12 cars. 8 laps to distance rather. Starting on the pole for this one in the 44, that's Robbie General, and his outside in the 66, that's Bailey Salt. Rolling off for the 3rd spot in the 33 machine, that's Ron McGarry, and his outside of the 9D, that is Chris DeLima. Rolling off for from the 5th spot in the 751, that is Nick Apollo, and his outside of the 44B, that is Bella General. Rolling off for the 7th spot in the 18 machine, that is Adam Stasilla, and his outside of the 28 machine, that is Cameron Book. Rolling off for the 9th spot in the 42 machine, that is Jack McPhail. And to his outside of the 73, that is Mike Miller. Rolling off for the 11th spot in the 12 machine, that is Nicholas Boyd. And rounding out the field in the 77 machine, that is Randy Hollingshead.
Senior drivers, want to see a nice clean race here. No bumping and banging and beating.
Jeff giving a bit of a pep talk to these drivers to keep it clean. But with these divisions, anything could happen. Get a little bit wild here, and they're going to roll off for their final heat race of the night.
Getting them all lined up. Believe we've got the 9D missing. But they will give them the white flag. One more lap till we go green. Believe they said the 9D of DeLima.
Yeah, I don't see Chris DeLima's 9D there. So I don't think he's going to make the call. Slow chug down the backstretch here. Robbie General and Bailey Salt.
Nick Kuplo in that 751 been very dominant so far this year. Green flag is out.
Robbie General's going to lead them going into turn 1 and 2, and Bailey Salt's high on that outside. Bella General there. She's right behind the 44, and she'll try and make something happen there. 2 wide.
General leads lap number 1. He'll lead them down the back straight away. Bella General sitting in the second spot. Bailey Salt and Nick Cupolo now.
Side by side, Cupolo and Salt, and now Cameron Book and Adam Sestilla, they were going side by side with each other. Cameron Book in that classic looking 28 machine trying to make something work on the inside line. Side by side with Bailey Salt, and he'll start to pull away. He's got that 4th place spot now.
Cupolo makes his way up to the second spot. Bella General to the outside. Now Cameron Book looking to get in the mix.
Book there. Oh! Red flag is out.
Everybody stop. Everybody stop.
Wow, that was a bad flip.
Nasty
That did
flip
not look
there.
good.
Who was that?
Where's Racehead?
Is that Bailey?
Yeah, that's Bailey.
Yeah, they're calling over for race med.
All right, I'm not sure what these guys are doing on the racetrack. They're not supposed to be out there. I don't know what happened there.
I was looking at Mike Miller around the doors.
Anybody see that? No, nor did I. You guys can shut them off if you like. Shut them off.
to road. Mobil 1 motor oils make whatever you drive more beautifully.
Built for a smoother, smarter, simpler season. Built to break new ground every time you break ground. Built for a higher quality harvest. Built to protect your crops with precision while giving you precision control in the palm of your hand. With a local service network built to keep you running. Everything Case IH makes is purposefully designed to work on your farm. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
And we are back. Bailey Salt looked okay. Obviously, could be the adrenaline, but she gave a thumbs up to the crowd sitting up there on corners 1 and 2. So awake and alert, and seems to be doing all right. So that is good to see. But we are back underway. We got a heat race to finish. Golf Depot white flag is shown. One more lap till we go green.
Yeah, nasty wreck there, but she was helped onto the golf cart, and some smiles there, so good to see from the 66. Back out on the track, Robbie General, Nick Kupalo, Cameron Book, Bella General there. Don't forget the veteran hand, Randy Hollingshead in 5th. That's your top 5 here for the final heat race for these Huffman Home Improvement Senior Flats. Green flag's back out. Robbie General's going to lead him with the green flag.
General leads him down the back straightaway. Kuplo sitting in the 2nd spot. Cameron Book in 3rd. And all the way from the back, Hollingshead now making a charge.
Randy Hollingshead there trying to make something work. He's got a big point lead there in that 77 machine. 2 laps left to go for Nick Kuplo in the 751, who's facing some heat from Cameron Book in the 28.
Hollingshead now in that 3rd spot. The Golf Depot white flag is out for Nick Kupalo.
One more time around for the red 751 machine. Can he hold off Cameron Book? Coming around for the final time to the checkered flag, and Nick Kupalo will win heat race number 2.
Cameron Book picks up the 2nd spot over Randy Hollingshead, and that'll conclude heat racing for the night. And we're going to head to, we're going to do an intermission, and Larry Gartley, Performer of the Week.
We're going to be back shortly with Kiana Teal, your Larry Gartley Memorial Performer of the Week. So stay tuned. here with this week's Larry Gartley Memorial Performer of the Week, Kiana Teal. So dominant performance for you last week, pulling away with the win. So this sticker goes to you. And what do you have to say about it?
Well, I had no idea until like 2 seconds ago, and I think it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud. I've been doing good at the end of the season. It sucks that it started so late. I don't really have a chance at the championship here, but I'm happy to be doing good now.
Well, third place in points is pretty good, and you have a great chance to end the season off on a high note. So what are you feeling about tonight?
I'm feeling pretty okay. Hager's got pole for feature, so I'm a little nervous about that. He's been doing good tonight, but I think it's going to be a close one.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, and that'll do it here for the intermission interview of the Larry Gartley Memorial Performer of the Week. We'll be back shortly with feature racing on G-Force TV.
back. You're live at Ohsweken Speedway. Ready to kick off feature events. The Mobile One beginners on track now. Ready to crown a champion.
Ready to roll up with the first feature of the night. Let's waste no time giving you the starting lineup. Rolling off first, it's Aubrey Penner in the 00 Junior. And in second, it's the 9 of Braden Pettit. In third, it's the point leader, Emmett Speck in the Flamin' Forehead. And fourth, it's Casey Walker in the 09. In fifth, it's Kane McAllister in the 71. And in sixth, it's Oakley Jameson in the 88X. In seventh, it's Georgia Hooker in the 94. And in eighth, it's Kaylin Walker in the 28. In ninth, it's Easton Hill in the 10M. And in 10th, it's the 529 of Lucian Anthony. In 11th, it's Maverick Chichok in the 27. And in 12th, it's the 67 of Easton McNaughton. In 13th, it's Jolene Hooker in the 96. Christopher Young in the 7. In 15th, it's Chris Struck in the 71C, and Austin Van Houten, Jackson McDonald, Travis Whitaker, and Millie Miller will round it out, and we're here for the first feature event of the night.
Tanner leads him down the max straightaway. Emmett Speck sitting in the second spot. Kane McAllister, Walker Hooker, all in a battle for the lead.
Casey in that 09 machine jumps out to second place. She's trying to make a challenge on the 00 Junior of Aubrey Penner. The point leader, Emmett Speck in the Flamin' 4 machine. He is rolling high on the outside line there in third place, but he's facing some heat from the 71 of Kane McAllister, who's on his outside.
The battle for second, we've got 4 carts going at it. Emmett Speck, Walker, Oakley Jameson, Kane McAllister. Speck sitting in that second spot. Walker down to the inside. They are going at it.
Speck still on that outside line. Got that second place spot, but he's not quite pulled away yet. He's still facing some heat from Walker and McAllister. McAllister in that new black 71 machine. And now Emmett Speck and McAllister there are rolling high on that outside line, passing through lap traffic, trying to get to Aubrey Penner.
Speck now tracking down the 00 Junior. Oh, we've got some tangled up there on top of the max straightaway. That'll bring out the caution flag.
3-car contact there for a wild crash to start off feature racing tonight. Georgia Hooker, Travis Whitaker, I believe Casey Walker almost got tangled up in there too. Shouldn't be too bad though, should be able to get these cars separated. And if you're Emmett Speck, you gotta have a mile-wide grin on your face. Let's take a look at the replay. But yeah, so for Emmett Speck, great spot right now.
And we'd like to thank Tri-City Bearings. Tri-City Bearings, your local supplier of bearings and power transmission equipment, bringing old school service back to life. We'd like to thank Tri-City Bearings on board for the sponsors for this 2025 season. All these sponsors have definitely brought this all together, and it's fun to watch their involvement in these younger drivers.
Yeah, you know, it's good to see the younger generation get at it, trying to make things work. And we're going to stop them on the front stretch to figure out some lineups. Just a precautionary tale rather than trying to scramble to get everything figured out. Jeff's going to take a waltz out there in the nice cool breeze. Get everything figured out here.
And I believe the concession stand's still open, so if you want to go grab some food.
Some fried pickles.
Yeah. Right, we got our turn through camera guy just smashed some matzo sticks. So
yeah. While we got time figuring out the lineup here and in between our pickle talk, we'd like to thank Halnor Mechanical, one of the presenting sponsors for Micro Sprint Racing on GeForce TV. Of course, Halnor Mechanical is your go-to company in Six Nations and Hollyman and Norfolk for all of your HVAC needs. So thank you very much to Halnor Mechanical.
Got a lot of cards here to line up. 19, right?
Yeah,
19 to be exact.
19. That's good there. Braden Pettit a bit further back there in the field. Definitely not what he wants to see, especially if he's trying to have a great night here for Emmett Speck. He'd probably want those positions to be swapped over. There you see the Whitetail Concrete Flamin' 4 machine of Emmett Speck.
Aubrey Penner has been dominant tonight.
Yeah.
Nobody's been able to get by her. She's been putting up a good fight there, and I believe she picked up both her heat race wins. Emmett Speck finishing second in both. she's definitely be one to beat.
Yeah, let's see if the point leader can get that done too. And another thing is, he's still got to run a clean race. Now, he's pretty much got the points locked down, but there is a chance, a very slight chance, he would have to have a very rough finish to this race if he wanted to lose that championship. But usually that 4 machine is putting it in victory lane. He's gotten a couple wins this season. But tonight, the person to beat was Aubrey Penner in that gorgeous 00 junior machine. We'd like to thank Motor State All-Star Performance for sponsoring Micro Sprint Racing at Motor State. We recognize that there are many sources for aftermarket performance parts, which is why we strive to give you the excellent service and competitive pricing that inspires our customers to come back to us again and again.
Getting everybody all lined up. Bit of a slow process. They're all young. This is the youngest division, so it isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, gotta take time. Gotta be cautious. For some of these, I know we've said it a lot. This is for some of these drivers. This is their first time ever racing anything ever. So you gotta be patient with them. You gotta let them learn the ropes. And hey, out of this field of 19 cars, we could see the next sprint car champion in here.
This is where Dylan Westbrook came out of. Johnny Miller still runs them. Brendan Hager's now dipping his foot in a crate sprint. Riley Mercer, also another name. He's been in a crate sprint in the last couple of weeks. So this is the future of the big track, and it is exciting to watch. They all are going to come out of here.
Yeah.
McAllister's. That's a APC. I'm not familiar with all that. You are. But
McAllister, McAllister, his dad, Corey McAllister, there, racer there in the United Racing APC series there. His son racing here, and of course that car used to be owned by the Sheridans there. So
it came out of here too, right?
Yeah.
And
Tricky Nicky in the 45. He's got a couple wins on the season, and definitely one of the front runners to do something big here at the Nationals next week. Well, looks like we got the lineup figured out, and the cars will single file parade around and get ready to fire them back up for the final race of the regular season here. And there's the car to beat, Aubrey Penner in the 00 junior.
The point leader, he is trying to wrap up this championship in the 4 machine, Emmett Speck. So it is going to be an exciting finish to this A main. Carter along the green flag in hand. Penner paces him through 3 and 4. Carter Locke shows him the green flag. We're back underway.
Casey Walker jumps out to a good start there. She's got that 09 wound up, rolling down the backstretch now. But Emmett Speck is rolling like a freight train. He's starting to catch up, and here comes Kane McAllister on the outside line. He's trying to make something happen. He's in the 4th place spot there.
Walker down to the inside, making a charge for the 2nd spot. McAllister looking to get in the mix. And meanwhile, Penner's pulling away with it.
Aubrey Penner starting to put a gap on 2nd place, and now Kane McAllister in that black 71 machine. He'll take that 3rd place spot. Oh, he goes for a bit of a spin and makes contact with Casey Walker, who gets hit by the 88 of...
That was a hard hit.
Yeah. Whew. Oakley Jamieson, Casey Walker there. Big bash. Kane McAllister got involved in that contact too. And we are back under yellow here with just about 5 laps to go.
Do not pass.
Replay on your screen. See sort of what happened there.
And looks like Jeff's gonna go take a look.
Superman Trevor DeBoer checking on Walker out there. I can't really tell if he likes that nickname or not.
Ooh, I don't know.
It's just stuck with him. His wife's over there. Does he like the nickname? Can we keep it?
Can we keep it?
She said yes, so it's Superman Trevor DeBoer from now on out.
It suits him, and he's pretty fast, too, on Friday nights. Trying to figure out the lineup, though, back out here. Still a lot of action to come. Things are only going to get more exciting from here. We got the box stocks in there. Close battle for the points coming up next. GSR Junior Flats shortly to follow. Then the open micro sprints where Brennan Hager has got a 7-point gap on flying Ryan Wilson there. So that one's going to be interesting to watch. And then, of course, to end it off tonight, we got the senior flats and their massive cart count. So still a lot of action here tonight, and you're going to want to stay tuned.
As well as tomorrow night, championship night for the big track. Definitely gonna want to tune in to G-Force TV for that one, or come in person for attendance. Nothing like great in-person racing. The TV's good, but feeling the cars. Just whiz by ya? That's where it's at.
Yeah, I brought a bunch of buddies last week for their first time out of the track, and they were all blown away. So, always good to come out, especially because got all the G-Force amenities now. We got our big screen there too, which is a addition that's been around for a while. So that's good to see. Back out here on the track, though, things are just about getting ready to roll off. We should have lineup troubles figured out.
As well as the Nationals next week. Micro Sprint Nationals, Mini Stock Nationals, Thunder Stock Nationals, Crate Sprint Car Nationals, and the big show on Saturday night, 360 Sprint Car Nationals. It is going to be an exciting week. Sure, a long week for Clint, too.
Oh, yeah. And there it is right there, starting September 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. And it's only going to ramp up from excitement. Always live on G-Force TV. Gonna be good to see there. I mean, I'm super excited to camp over. Always a great vibe. The Big Bang to end off Ohsweken Speedway season. Yellow flags back out here, and we are just about ready to go. Back racing here to finish off this first feature event of the night.
As they pace their way around the racetrack, still 5 laps left to go. Aubrey Penner, Emmett Speck, Kane McAllister, Maverick Chichuk, and Braden Pettit, the top 5 so far. Carter Long shows him the white flag. One more lap, so we go green.
Aubrey Penner, Emmett Speck, Kane McAllister, Maverick Chichuk, Braden Pettit, Lucian Anthony, Kalen Walker, Easton McNaughton. Got a whole bunch of bad, fast drivers here. And coming to the green flag, Aubrey Penner will lead him off again, and she's got another good start going into turn 1 and 2.
Penner leads him down the back straightaway. Emmett Speck trying to look to the inside, has to fall back in behind due to the slower car. Speck now back down to the inside, looking to take away the lead. Speck, your new leader down the back straightaway.
That lap traffic definitely helped that Flaming 4 machine, as there's 4 laps left to go for Emmett Speck. He'll lead him going down the front stretch and will continue to pass some lap traffic on the outside line. And now Aubrey Penner's facing some heat from Kane McAllister in the 71.
2 laps left to go for Emmett Speck. Kane McAllister and Aubrey Penner in a battle for the second spot. Emmett Speck weaving in and out of that lap traffic. Golf Depot white flag is out one more time around.
As Emmett Speck's got nobody in front of him, things are getting really squirrely there back there. Kane McAllister and Aubrey Pender trying to dodge some lap traffic, but coming around for the final time, Emmett Speck is your beginner micro sprint champion. And he'll get the win done tonight. Dominant performance on the season. And he'll take that Flamin' 4 machine to Slack Lumber Victory Lane to get the picture with the trophy and the championship board. Slow pace around for Emmett Speck. Pulling in that Peters Hollage Whitetail Concrete Epic Racewear Flamin' 4 machine. He'll get the Epic Racewear checkered flag. Family coming out to greet him. And here comes the championship board. Emmett Speck will get it. And he's going to be your champion. Coming out here at Ohsweken Speedway, give it up for Emmett Speck. Great performance for him all season. That orange Flamin' 4 machine. Family's going to congratulate him. Jeff's going to give him the handshake. And Emmett Speck will end off his season on a high note. He'll pull it away, and we're going to get ready because we still got 4 more champions to crown here tonight.
Doty Creek Agri-Services Box Talks are up next for their 15-lap A main, 14 cars. Starting on the pole for this one in the O2C, that's Cecil Burbridge into his outside of the 51, then is Grayson Lozen. Rolling on for the third spot in the 81, that is Lincoln Obadiah, and his outside of the O2, that is Everett Burbridge. Rolling on for the fifth spot in the 15G, that is Grayson Maloheen, and his outside of the 14, that is Diesel Montour. And rolling on for the seventh spot in the 77 machine, that is Declan Salt Johnson. Rolling on for the ninth spot, or from the 8th spot rather, in the 24S, that is Sadie Probelli. And rolling off for the 9th spot, Silas Ponowinski in the 72 machine. Grayson Palace to his outside of the 18G. And Landon Strike in the 71 machine rolls off 11th. Andy Gray, Hunter Hill, and Zayden Miller round out the field. Carter Longer, the double green flag is in hand. Green flag is out.
Hunter Hill's got to be waiting on a prayer here. He's all the way at the back. And Everett Burbridge, who's got the 21-point lead, is way out in the front. As now the Burbridge brothers are going to go around there. Cecil's got a great launch, but now Everett's drag racing with Grayson Lozen there in that 51 machine. This race is going to get wild.
Burbridge to the outside of Lozen, battling for that second spot. Oh, we've got a caution flag out. 2 tangle up there on corner number 4. That is Sadie Probelli.
Looks like Grayson Powell has got some problems too, I believe. He was involved in that wreck. A bunch of cars were. Another 71 machine. And things are getting pretty wild here. Everybody's trying to clash for that championship. And if you're Everett Burbridge, you've got to be really happy.
Cecil Burbridge also flipped in hot laps. Now leading the A main. So he's got to be pretty ecstatic because that night could have been finished way before it started.
Is it a full moon tonight? Things are wild. But always good to see great action, great storylines here in these box stocks. Looks like things are good between and separated. Field going to go around them on the high side.
Sadie Probelli's wheel is up by the Nerf bar.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And we'd like to thank Schroed's Barbecue. We're your ultimate source for everything barbecue. Whether you are looking for event catering or the best grills and accessories on the market or some hot takeout for lunch, Schroed's has got the best around. Serving Brantford and surrounding communities for over 80 years, it's undisputed that we are the best experts when it comes to grilling. Schroed's Barbecue. They also cater the banquet for the micro sprints. So
good stuff.
Chicken tenders, they got chicken tenders, pulled pork, mac and cheese. It was a good meal.
Yeah, taking a look at that 24S Sadie Probelli. Definitely not where you want your wheels supposed to be. So that'll end that TL24 And now we're going to look at this 71 machine. I've been confused because there's 3 71s here tonight, and 2 of them look identical to Kane McAllister. 2 of them look identical to Kane McAllister's, and Kane McAllister is driving a new 71. So Kane McAllister's got a gorgeous looking matte black 71. And of course,
I believe that is Landon Strike. That's the old one.
all gorgeous looking cars, of course. The old 71 that Kane used to drive was lettered up like his dad Corey's car in the APC series, of course. Missing the NTN bearing sponsor and the gorgeous blue, but I think the green's a nice touch.
Burbridge, Lozen, Burbridge again, the top 3. Malloy, Heenan, Lincoln, Obadiah, the top 5 so far. They got to get out the speedy dry.
Yeah, some bit of liquid leaking out onto the track. So,
now is it speedy dry or kitty litter? Is it both?
they say
A little mix?
I don't know. I've been on a lot of infields, and I'm just saying they're indistinguishable. So you could say it's speedy dry, but it's kitty litter, and you could also say it's kitty litter, but it really is speedy dry. Both work. It probably is speedy dry though. It probably is speedy dry.
We'll go with what Shelby said. She's the smart one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good. Okay, every driver drives through the speedy dryer. We're not going to go green.
Just got the call that the drivers are going to run through it. Typical procedure when working it into the track. Should be good to go here pretty soon. These Doty Creek agricultural box stocks always put on a good show and always have a good crowd.
Okay, let's do that one more time. Then we'll get the right side.
Gonna pace them around for one more time here. And then we're gonna go right back to green flag racing. Burbage brothers in 1 and 3rd respectively, and Lawson is gonna throw a wrench in the gear of the top 2 right now.
All right, drivers, nice and steady on the back. Nice and steady.
2 laps in the books so far. Cecil Burbridge leads him to the green flag. We're back underway.
Everett Burbridge, the point leader, is going to dive down to the side, trying to make something work on that 51 machine. Doesn't quite have it yet as they single file back out. And the top 3 is immediately going to start on working on a gap.
Cecil Burbridge leads him into corners 1 and 2. Everett Burbridge putting the pressure on the 51 machine of Lozen. Grayson Malloy and Lincoln Obadiah battling for the 4th spot.
Burbridge got a little bit squirrely there, sent it a bit too hard, but he's got it back under control. And he makes contact with the back of 51, does a bit of a wheelie, but he's still got it under control, and he is laying it down on the backstretch.
Cecil Burbridge pulling away with the lead. Lozen still in that 2nd spot. Obadiah Malloy going at it there still for 4th, and Podowinski now looking to get in the mix.
Cecil has got about half a straightaway lead to the 2 and 3. Now we can see Lincoln Obadiah and Malloy there in an intense battle. And don't forget Silas Podwinski back there. He's getting into it, but watch Hunter Hill. He's rolling up on that outside line, and he's trying to make a challenge for Everett Burbridge.
Cross flags are out for Cecil Burbridge. Lozen still in that 2nd spot. Hunter Hill making his way up from the back of the pack. Slicing through the cars.
Everett Burbridge is just right there, but can't exactly get it done on the 51 of Grayson Lozen. Every time he tries to go around, doesn't quite have it. It just, as I see that, he goes side by side as there's 5 laps left to go.
Burbridge to the outside of Lozen as they make their way through 1 and 2. Neck and neck down the back straightaway. Lozen with the nose.
Burbridge has got some good pace, and he goes super wide on that outside line, falls back a little bit, but he's got a great launch going into turn 1 and 2 now. Falls back a little bit, and out front it is still Cecil Burbridge and Laws. It's right there.
Cecil Burbridge with a good lead over Lozen. Everett Burbridge trying to catch up to Lozen. 2 laps left to go. Silas Podowinski, Lincoln Obadiah, Grayson Malloy all going at it for 4th. Hunter Hill looking to get in the mix.
Silas Podowinski pulls away from that group there, but they're still on his tail. Golf Depot White flag is out one more time around for Cecil Burbridge, and his brother is going to take home the championship. But the yellow flag is out for...
Oh, Hunter Hill over in 1 and 2. That'll bring out the red flag. I did not see what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, but you can see that front wing is all crumpled up. Looks like he's got the visor up though. See him moving around in there.
Cam Thompson out there, checking up on Hunter Hill.
And that is going to throw a big wrench in the gears of Hunter Hill, but they're trying to start that car back up. I think he's going to be able to finish the race. Taking a look, see if he's got it. I don't know if they got it out. Pretty crazy there. Race med's going to pull right back up, and we should be ready to go here soon. Hunter Hill moving the steering wheel around inside that car. Don't know if it'll be able to drive off. But
It's looked prettier.
you could definitely say that.
Like 10 minutes ago looked prettier, but
10 seconds ago.
as long as it drives, I don't think there's much of a problem.
But the real problem is, though, as he's going to start at the back, and the guy who's ahead of him at points is in third place. So chances are looking pretty slim, but
Looks like Everett Burbridge got this one in the bag.
anything could happen. You never know. But from what it seems, yeah. Trying to figure out lineup right now. Trying to figure out this lineup here, and we should be coming back racing pretty shortly and getting ready to roll out next for their feature race of the night. You can see the driver who's had some mechanical issues. He's back there, got the helmet on, ready to go. Tovin DeLima will give it the final push. Let's hope he can have some more success in these GSR Junior Flats for their final race of the night. Back out on the track though. Hunter Hill's got that car moving, trying to get some feel back in the wheels. Oh yeah, that car is mauled.
You know, as long as it's got 4 wheels.
I was gonna say, you know, it runs, so, but
it's looked prettier.
hey, at least the outside wing is still visible. So you can still see that gorgeous E80 graphics Jibs Action Sports 28. The other side, though, just pretend it's not there. Rolling back out under the yellow. Should be good to go racing here pretty soon. Cecil Burbridge is going to lead him to the green flag.
Green, white, checkered here for Cecil Burbridge. He has driven a wonderful race here so far. Lozen in the second spot. Everett Burbridge in third. Carter Long at the green flag in hand. We're back underway.
Cecil Burbridge has got a good launch going down the front stretch, but now Everett Burbridge is trying to make a challenge for that second place spot on Lozen. He looks the outside line there, and he's almost got it. Whoa, they go super wide. Golf Depot white flags out. One more time around for your leader, Cecil Burbridge, coming down the backstretch.
Cecil down the back straightaway for the final time. Lozen still holding on to the second spot. Double checkered flags are out. Cecil Burbridge picks up the win.
Grayson Lozen will take it home in second and in third place. Your champion for the Doty Creek Agricultural Box Stocks. It's Everett Burbridge. Hill. Get that gorgeous sign, but rolling into Slack Lumber victory lane It's Cecil Burbridge. That D&L Bailey Farms, Fleming Automotive, O2C. Jeff with a bit of a misunderstanding there. Other O2. But Cecil Burbridge, from flipping in hot laps to pulling it into slack lumber victory lane, dominant performance tonight. Believe we are going to call to get Everett Burbridge out here so he can get his picture taken with the gorgeous championship board. And we shall wait patiently for arrival of the champion, I believe. Getting ready to roll out next. These GSR Junior Flats are going to go toe-to-toe. And Tovin DeLima back out there ready to rumble. And he's got the championship won by a country mile. So we got no problem debating who's going to win that one in the races. Let's just hope he aired out all of his mechanical issues and will able to put this one into victory lane. But here comes the champion, Everett Burbridge in the O2 machine. Gorgeous looking car, and he'll get the 2025 championship board, the Epic Raceware flag. And Everett Burbridge will get it done for these Doty Creek Agricultural Box Stocks. 2 champions crowned, 3 more to go here, so things are only going to start to heat up.
GSR Junior Flats up next for their A main. Tovin DeLima has that championship locked in. He will be crowned tonight.
Things are going to get pretty crazy here, but it's time for the feature. 15 laps the distance, and rolling off 7th, it's Tovin DeLima in the 90, your champion. Rolling off 6th, it's Liam Schwenig in the 28. Rolling off 5th, it's Jameson Kane in the 88X, and rolling off 4th, it's the 50 JR of Ryan Fontaine. In 3rd, it's Jack Ruchai in the 17R, and in 2nd, it's Macy DeFoy in the 28M. And rolling off 1st, it's Ryan Grisette in the 7G. Green flags out. Here we go for this feature.
Side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. Tovin DeLima out of the outside of Ryan Fontaine, looking for 3rd.
DeFoy is jumping out to a good start, and there we can see Tovin DeLima's got that car strung out and running pretty fast there. He's in that 3rd place spot. After suffering those mechanical issues, looks like he's got everything ironed out on that green 9D machine, and he's making a challenge on the 17R of Ruchai.
Macy DeFoy leading Ruchai. Tovin DeLima putting the pressure on the back end of that 17R as they tick off one more lap.
The top 3 are all bunched up together there. DeFoy, Ruchai, and DeLima goes side by side trying to thread the needle, gets a bit bumpy, and they go high on the outside. Oh, Ruchai goes for a bit of a spin. Yellow flag is out.
That'll leave Tovin DeLima in the 2nd spot, right in behind Macy DeFoy. Grisette, Ryan Fontaine, all having a good battle here throughout the field.
Yeah, that was a great battle there, and Tovin DeLima's got that car running pretty good so far. Here, look at the replay, just a little bit of aggressive racing. Ruchai tries to slide down under to shoot for the inside gap and just goes for a bit of a spin there.
Definitely slick conditions out here as they creep their way to the green flag. We're back underway.
Moisture's been playing in effect all night here, causing a lot of spins. And Tovin DeLima jumps out to the start, so he'll lead him going down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. But can he hold on? Macy DeFoy's been bad fast all night.
Fontaine around there in 3 and 4, and he'll want that caution.
We'll stack him and re-rack him back up. That was a pretty good launch, so let's see if we can replicate that success.
.50 JR looks to be stalled out there.
Little rough. He'll get it turned back around and will slowly get back up to speed to rejoin the field. There we go. Great looking kart there. Tovin DeLima's 9D machine has been running fast there. Jameson Kane's 88 Jack Ruchai's 17R. 9 laps left to go here in this feature event.
Still 2 more features after this one, the Open Micro Sprints and the Senior Flats. And the GSR Junior Flats ready to finish theirs.
Tovin DeLima gets out to a good launch and will lead him going down into turn 1 and 2. Down the backstretch now, he's got a good gap.
And Fontaine gets spun around there. That'll bring out the caution flag again.
Fontaine there.
Yeah, you don't retaliate like that.
Looking around, looks like he might have some issues there trying to get it refired back up. And we just got the call that Jameson Kane is going to get the black flag there in that 88X. Kane is going to waste no time and he'll just rip it right off onto the track entrance. So that'll be done for tonight in the 88X. Crew shaking their head, so he's done for the night. Ryan Fontaine will rejoin the field there. He's trying to rip around. Tovin DeLima, Macy DeFoy, Ryan Grisat, Jack Ruchai, Ryan Fontaine, and the 28 of Liam Schwedick there. Coming back to the green flag. 8 laps left to go. Here we go, and Tovin DeLima has jumped out to another good launch and will lead him going down the backstretch.
Macy DeVoy sitting in the 2nd spot. We got a battle for 3rd. Ruchai and Grzak going at it. Cross flags are out. 7 laps left to go.
Halfway home there for your leader, Tovin DeLima, who's got a mile wide hold on first place. Back there, Macy DeFoy is going to have to hold off 2 bad fast drivers in Jack Ruchai and Ryan Grzak.
Good battle there for the 2nd spot. 5 laps left to go for Tovin DeLima.
Tovin DeLima is continuing to put the heat on, and he is flying away there in that Snips 9D machine. He's got it all wound up. Macy DeFoy in 2nd place. She's holding on to that spot pretty well.
Ruchai all over the back end, though, of that 28M. As they duke it out for the 2nd spot. I believe Tovin DeLima, 2 laps left to go this time by.
Popsicle sticks in the air for the green 9D machine. He'll start to pass some lap traffic now. Liam Schwedick on the inside line, and he'll go to work on Ryan Fontaine as the Golf Depot white flags out. One more time around for Tovin DeLima. He'll bring it around through turn 3 and 4, and we got a new champion in the GSR Junior Flats.
Tovin DeLima with the win and with the championship. What a good season for him.
Dominant performance all season. He's going to walk away with not only a win tonight, but the championship. Pull it into slack lumber victory lane in that green Snips 9D machine. He'll get the checkered flag and he'll get the championship board. So Tovin DeLima is going to put this season under lock and key. Great way to finish out tonight, especially after having mechanical troubles in your 1st and 2nd heat. So Tovin DeLima will get it done. And now his eyes are going to be set on getting another one done at the Nationals.
He'll pull it off into the pit area, and that means it's time for the Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints. 20 laps to distance, three-way battle for the championship. Brennan Hager, your points leader, Ryan Wilson in second, and Kiana Teal all in the mix for the points championship here at Ohsweken Speedway, and it all gets settled here tonight.
This is gonna be good. Pacing around there, and you can see flying Ryan Wilson, who is 7 points behind Brennan Hager, who's right behind him there in that 96.
They'll all get fired up and take formation. 20 laps the distance, starting on the pole for this one. At a well into the 96 machine, it's Brennan Hager. And his outside at Hagersville. In the 24K, that's Kiana Teal. Rolling off for the third spot at a Burlington. In the 11 machine, that is Jacob Ross. And his outside at a Dorchester. In the 00, it's Jack Smulders. At Harrisburg, starting in the fifth spot in the 71 machine, that's Ryan Wilson. And his outside at the Six Nations in the 0J, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. Rounding out the field at Brantford in the 88 machine, that's Riley Mercer. 20 laps to distance, all taken formation 2x2. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, pacing around here. Brennan Hager, the points leader, starting on the pole. Kiana Teal, third place in that championship. She's on the outside there. This one's going to get interesting. So I believe to win the championship for Ryan Wilson, Brennan Hager needs to finish outside the top 4.
2x2 as they make their way down the max straightaway. Brennan Hager, Kiana Teal on the front row. Carter Longer, the double green flags in hand. We are green.
3 wide going into turn number 2, the 11, the 24K, and the 96, but Brennan Hager rockets out to the front, and he'll lead him after lap 1.
Hager leads lap number 1 going into corners 1 and 2. Jacob Ross sitting in the second spot. Jack Smulders to the outside. Kiana Teal back to 4th.
Smulders has been running pretty good tonight, but let's see if he can get something done against Ross's 11 machine. Kiana Teal in 3rd, and back there, Ryan Wilson's having some trouble getting that car to launch off. He's falling back to a couple spots.
Jacob Ross getting the pressure on by Jack Smulders. Brennan Hager pulling away with the lead in this one.
Yeah, Hager's got it all wound up here. Smulders there is running at super high line on the outside. But out front it is all Brennan Hager, and he's got this one locked down.
Kiana Teal putting it around the bottom. It seems to be a little bit faster, trying to get underneath Jack Smulders. Side by side down the front straightaway. That bottom line is definitely coming in. Hager pulling away with it as well.
Yeah, Hager is out by a full straightaway there. Ross in that 11 machine's got a good gap back to Kiana Teal, and now she's facing some heat from Jack Smulders in that 00 junior.
Johnny Miller, they're getting in the mix. Ryan Wilson, Jack Smulders, all behind Kiana Teal. Jacob Ross doing really good in his Ohsweken Speedway debut, sitting in the second spot.
Yeah, he's got some good pace halfway home for Brennan Hager and his 96 machine. And he's going to start looking at putting some lap traffic down now.
Ryan Wilson and Jack Smulders now going at it for the 4th spot. Ryan Wilson looking at the inside line. Jack Smulders kind of running the middle lane here.
Duking it out just like last year when they were both in the box stocks. Ryan Wilson behind him running that inside line, and Jack Smulders running super wide on the outside line. Whoa, he goes way high.
He got a good run there off the top. Looking to the outside of Ryan Wilson. Keeping it up there, and seems to be working for him.
Yeah, he can just keep his foot down. 5 laps left to go for the field here. All eyes are on that battle between Wilson and Smulders there, and another cone gets taken down.
Brennan Hager pulling away with it, catching up to the tail end of the field. whole straightaway lead over Jacob Ross. Keanu Teal still sitting in the third spot.
He's got this one all but one. Just let's see if he can keep it under control, facing around and end out with the win. 2 laps left to go for Brennan Hager there, and he's got this one under lock.
Brennan Hager takes the Golf Depot white flag one more time around for this 96 machine out of Welland. Down the back straightaway for the final time through 3 and 4. Your 2025 champion is Brennan Hager.
Dominant performance tonight for the 96 machine. Ross will take it home in second and Keanu Teal in third. What a season for Brennan Hager in that 96. A lot of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, he's got it done. He'll pull it around into Slack Lumber victory lane. Carter Long getting ready to greet him there. And what a performance for Brennan Hager. He'll get the championship board. Family coming out to get their picture taken. Thumbs up from the champion. Brennan Hager in the 96 gets it done in the open micro sprint division. You're going to want to stick around after where we will interview these two champions, of course, in the open micro sprints and in the senior flats coming up next. So you're going to want to stay tuned and find out what he's going to want to say about putting this one down as the champion.
Huffman's Restoration Senior Flats all lined up for their 20-lap A-main, ready to crown a champion.
While we got time, though, before they launch out, we'd like to thank Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Open Micro Sprints. At Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling, they're a family-owned and operated business with many years of experience in providing top-notch residential heating and cooling services. So thank you very much to Williams Brothers.
And your Senior Flats A-main looks like this. Starting on the pole in the 28 machine, that's Cameron Book, and his outside of the 751, that is Nick Cupelo. Rolling on for the third spot in the 44B, that's Bella General, and her outside of the 77, that's Randy Hollingshead. Rolling on for the fifth spot in the 44 machine, that's Robbie General, and his outside of the 42, that's Jack McPhail. Adam Cicilla, Nicholas Boyd, Ron Gary Bailey Salt, Mike Miller, and DeLima round out the field. Green flag is out.
Cameron Book will jump out and will lead him going down the backstretch. Nick Kupla on the outside line and Bella General on that inside line. We got an intense battle for the lead already.
Book leads him down the back straightaway. Nick Kuplo, Bella General battling for the second spot, and Randy Hollingshead looking to pick up another championship.
Yeah, Bella General second place in points there, but Randy Hollingshead has got a 32-point lead. He's pretty much got this one locked in the bag here, and right now all eyes are on Cameron Book as he starts to create a big gap from first to second.
Bella General getting the pressure on from the 751, side by side down the front straightaway. Hollingshead looking to get in the mix.
Hollingshead will move to the outside to second place in the points, Bella General, and he'll dive down the veteran in that yellow 77 machine. Has got a great launch there, but he's still got a long way to go to catch up to the 751 of Kupalo.
Kupalo tracking down that 28 machine of Cameron Book. Hollingshead sitting in the third spot now. Bella General and Adams DeSilla now going at it for fourth.
Battles are starting to get pretty intense. Here's Cecilia in that 18 machine and Bella General there in her 44 on the outside. Cecilia's going to get a little bit of a head going into turn 3 and 4, and he's got that spot, but Bella General's not going to give it up easy, and they're side-by-side trading spots down the backstretch.
Bella General now down to the inside of Adam Cecilla as they work their way through 1 and 2. Cecilla cuts back down, side by side down the back straightaway. Cross flags are out, 10 laps left to go.
Cameron Book has got a good gap there in second place, but he's not exactly pulling away. Kupalo's been able to keep up with him, and we could have a challenge for the lead here. We still got a lot of race left in this one.
Now Kupalo putting the pressure on Cameron Book. All over the back end of the 28 machine as they work their way through another lap. Nick Kupalo looks to the inside, down the back straightaway, gives him a little tap. Book, still your leader, but for how long?
Kupalo just jammed his foot in the door on that inside line, trying to get in there, and it looks like he's got Cameron Book now looking over his shoulder, and now Kupalo will dive down to the inside, doesn't quite have it yet, and they are getting wild.
Kupalo going to try one more time. Cameron Book not letting him by. Hollingshead now looking into the mix.
Yeah, Hollingshead's on that outside line, and he'll look to make some moves there. Not so fast, Kupalo. Hollingshead's going to get in the mix, and they're 3 wide going down the front stretch.
Hollingshead now to the inside of Cameron Book. Kupalo looking to the inside of Hollingshead. 3 wide, looking to go into 3. Hollingshead, your new leaders. They work their way through 1 and 2.
The point leader just came out of nowhere, swooped right in and took both of their positions from under their feet. 2 laps left to go for Randy Hollingshead, and he's going to have to work if he wants to hold on to that first place position.
Hollingshead down the back straightaway. Cameron Book and Nick Kupalo going back at it. Goalkeeper white flag is up for Hollingshead.
One more time around of that 77 machine. He'll take it down the backstretch, and Randy Hollingshead, he'll get the championship done and the win here tonight. Fist pump in the air for him. Great performance for Randy Hollingshead here tonight. Championship board will be presented to him, and he'll pull it down into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. Randy Hollingshead is your champion. He'll roll down into Slack Lumber Victory Lane, shut the engine off, and McLean will be out there shortly to have a word with the champion, Randy Hollingshead. Ron McGarry come up and give him a fist bump, and he'll get the gear off.
Here with Randy Hollingshead in Slack Lumber Victory Lane, crowned a champion here in the 2025 season, getting the equipment off. Randy Hollingshead, talk us through that race.
I didn't know if I had a chance or not, but the way the first and second was battling like crazy, I thought, well, maybe I have a chance. If they slip up just a little bit, maybe I can just get in there, and it all worked out.
And talk us through what it means to be another champion here at Ohsweken Speedway.
It feels awesome. It was a great year. We never finished out of the top 3 all year, and this is our 3rd win, and we finished 3rd so many times this year. It just caps it off.
And who'd you like to thank for getting you here this 2025 season?
I would like to thank Moffett Carburation, Al Moffett, and RCM Racing Equipment for the great setup that he's gave me every year, or all year.
And Jackson Jeffrey will be up next with Brennan Hager. Thank you, Randy Hollingshead, for another interview in Slack Lumber Victory Lane.
here with the champion of the Open Micro Sprints, Brendan Hager. So, talk us through it. What does it mean for you to be champion?
Man, my dad, Kevin Tate, John Svenzi, my grandparents, my team, man. I owe this to my team. They give me great cars for most of the season. We struggled a little bit during June or like mid-June, but man, I want to thank John Svenzi for Mel and Chev, Brent Cyrus for giving us a beautiful facility to race at. I want to thank my grandparents. I want to say hi to Kyle, Deshaun, Mackenzie, my mom, Grandma and Grandpa, everybody watching at home on G-Force, and all the supporters of the 96. I also want to say thank you to Team Turner Racing. They played a huge role in my racing career, and I owe it to them too.
Always good, and especially to get that championship done, hard work paying off. So what's next for you?
Probably regroup over for off season. I'm in grade 12 this year, so I don't know what's coming for my future. So I'm probably going to go to school somewhere. So as right now, I plan on trying to come back to many races as possible. It just depends on school and what my life is up to.
Alrighty, well, congratulations. Enjoy the championship. Your hard work paid off. Give it up for Brendan Hager, and we'll take it to McLean to send us home.
On behalf of all the family here at Ohsweken Speedway, Cyrus family that is, all the staff here at Ohsweken Speedway, on behalf of Jackson Jeffrey, I'm McLean Callan saying so long. We'll see you all next Thursday night.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of G-Force TV. G-Force TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.